COVID Chronicles. I think it's number 50. What?
We live here with our stressed out cat. Look at the people. You're not looking at the people.
I don't want to look at the people. The people are all infected. The people have the COVID. Don't want to look at you either, lady, because you've got the COVID. Because you're going to see Charlotte out loud. She's gonna have a party.
I don't know that song very well, but I like it when Alan sings it. Charlotte does not yet
like it. Jo is going to see Charlotte today. She's taking... What are you taking? You're taking a dessert, a half completed dessert. Before we were rudely interrupted by a camera malfunction.
Yes, I made molten lava cakes, but Andrea's going to cook them. Because I think I gave away my muffin tins. So I said, I'm never going to need these.
Who'd you give them to?
The
She gave them to the Muffin Man, the Muffin Man, the Muffin Man. She gave them to the Muffin Man who lives on Drury Lane.
Yes, that's it. That's what I did.
Anyway, Jo's new plan to keep me from getting sick. Are you ready for this? She's going to keep buying more lottery tickets so that she can afford to build me a
extension
on the house that I can hide out in.
Yep. You can do that. Door right there.
Yep. A little passageway.
The cat could run in between.
And out. Can have a cat door at the bottom. Of course, Charlotte would try and crawl through that.
Yeah.
We'd have to make it so that she couldn't. Or something.
We just leave the door open when we want.
Actually, you make the cat crawl through space up high. So he has to go up high to crawl through a hole. There you go. Anyway, so Jo's going to re-expose herself to an unknown number of people who are connected to Charlotte. And that I was looking at my little diagram. That could be 100 people for all we know.
5 cases in Ottawa 2 days ago?
8.
5?
Was it 5 more?
Yes.
So 13 in the last week for sure.
But I don't know. Is it 5 new cases? Yeah, I guess it's 5 new cases. Right.
8 and 5.
There's still
They're just popping out of nowhere.
Still only 1 person in intensive care. There's not very many in hospital.
Rolling the dice.
Rolling.
Just roll those dice. Don't know what the percentage to attach is, though.
Roll them little doggies.
Although I just read the WHO, World Health Organization, has said they believe COVID is now airborne inside buildings.
Who are you? Who?
Who cooks for you? Who cooks for you? Anyway, so the new reality continues to become more curiouser and curiouser.
Is that a word, really?
Curiouser?
That's a very hard word to say. Why would you put that in your mouth?
I don't know. It becomes more curious. Now I know people who've had COVID. I just confirmed that somebody that I know personally,
Can't say the name.
I'm not going to say the name, has had contracted COVID and recovered, and they said it was the worst sick they'd ever been in their life.
Did they lose a whole bunch of pounds, you said?
And they didn't tell me that.
Oh.
But they just said it was the worst sick they'd ever been in their life. So even when you recover, and the person does say that they recovered, like they feel like they've recovered fully, it still ranks as the worst sick they've ever been in their life. So, and there's people, I'm still hearing people say, well, it's not much worse than the flu. Well, when someone says it's the sickest they've ever felt in their life, and that's the common thing between the people, when I read somebody saying, this is how it was to be sick, and everybody says the same thing, it's the sickest I've ever been in my life. I think that takes it outside. It's not much worse than the flu. I think it takes it way outside that. I mean, if you can recover fully without any long-term illness, lingering whatever symptom stuff, that's great. But to still go through a couple of weeks of the worst sick I've ever felt in my life, that's,
I think that's from the breathing part, right?
he didn't
If you
say.
have the flu and you're pooping and puking, most of us can handle that. But to have something where you can't breathe, that would be the worst sick you've
Yeah, I
ever
guess.
been in your life.
They didn't describe that.
I think that's why they say that.
And then I read another article talking about brain. I don't know if I sent you the link for that.
Clots?
Brain
Blood clots in the brain?
brain functions being impaired. People are surviving COVID, but then they're discovering they've got brain.
It's not just old people.
Nope. Anybody, people. It goes back to the clotting thing, I guess. COVID has some articles talk about clotting problems associated with COVID-19. So clotting could be anywhere, and if it's in your brain, that's usually bad. Again, not just like the flu. So I'm not even gonna, I've been watching the mask. So Ottawa's mask thing is you have to wear a mask unless you have a medical waiver. But no one's allowed to ask you about your medical waiver. You just have to claim you have one, and then everyone's supposed to leave you alone. So that's like a pretty good loophole. I'm sorry. I have a medical waiver. I don't have to wear a mask.
Well, if you were asthmatic and you were having trouble breathing in this weather because it's
How about you just stay home?
What if you live by yourself and you have
How about you just stay home and ask someone to go get your stuff?
Not everyone has someone.
Then they should have a number you call. 1-800-GET-MY-STUFF.
Anyway, I was in the grocery store today at the little old people hours. Everyone had a mask on except one of the cashiers.
Who probably has a medical condition.
Probably.
And
I would imagine her employer would want to know that.
Yeah. Anyway, so I'm getting more and more used to what I call the new reality, and Joe is still resisting it.
Which means
Oh, and that's it. That's all the time we have for today.
we have a little more time.
No, it's the timer. I said
Okay,
it.
right.
Bye. Talk to you. Go ahead. Wrap up.
That's it. That's all. Can't remember what I was going to say. You interrupted.
Have everybody press like and subscribe, and we'll catch you next time on the COVID Chronicles with Joe and Alan.
And sometimes R2P2.
And sometimes R2P2. Okay, stare at the camera intently.